All right, we're here in my Boca Raton home, and PJ Braun is about to show us how to cook a steak the right way.
Yes, we are doing a little New York strip tonight, and neither one of us is dieting. It's off season, and you can get a little more variety with your steaks when you're not dieting. We've been going through different steaks all week. I'm teaching Aaron and Darielle the proper way to grill steaks. They have a very good grill.
You're the grill master.
I am the grill master. And we have some New York strip tonight. New York strip is a pretty good quality steak. Most of the fat's going to be on the outside, and it's pretty lean. And the fat that's on the outside is actually really tough on the steak. You would never want to eat this fat anyway, so you would cut it off. It's not like a ribeye fat that's actually pretty good and adds flavor.
PJ taught me I usually cut the fat off everything, but a ribeye you can eat the fat. And
fat
good.
Equals flavor. Remember that.
Your Bobby Filet, right?
Yeah. All right, so 3 main seasonings that will make your steak really, really good, and then you can do whatever you want from there. But I recommend these to everyone. Number 1, garlic. Garlic makes steak taste good.
Garlic powder.
You don't like it? Give it a try. Trust me, it'll make your steak taste better. It's not gonna have a real strong taste. You're gonna get the garlic on there first. Don't be afraid to get it on there. Don't be a little wimp about it.
That's a lot of garlic, PJ.
No, you want that garlic in there. We're only gonna do one side, by the way.
Oh, I thought we were doing 2.
No, we're gonna do 1. All right.
Because why would only 1? Because you're lazy?
That's just the way I like to do it. Okay. Tony Chatri's Creole Seasoning. This stuff is awesome. You should be able to get it in most grocery stores. I found it out in Chicago a few years ago, and then I noticed that they have it everywhere. And it's a little bit spicy. It's got some cayenne in it, black pepper, red pepper, chili powder. It gives a little bit of kick. And this stuff is good on eggs. It's good on chicken. It's good on everything. But I always put it on my steak. And we're gonna go a little hefty with that also. Maybe we'll leave one that doesn't have too much because Darielle doesn't like hers to be too spicy. So we'll go.
She needs spicy because the baby.
Light.
We need a lot of spicy.
The baby. We might have the baby after his meal.
Yeah. If you go extra spicy, that's Darielle's right there.
All right, and then the last one, mixed up salt. Another one that you'll be able to find everywhere else. And this stuff it's large granulated salt, and it's a mixture of onion and garlic salts. And it's the rock salt. It's not finely ground, and it's nice. It gives a little bit of crunch and a little bit extra, salty kick to the meat.
Salt mine up real good. I like a lot of salt.
Salt it off.
That's good.
We're only gonna do one side, and a lot of that's gonna fall off anyway.
Okay.
All right, now from here, we're gonna step outside and go to the grill. Okay, so this is a very good quality grill that Aaron has here, but we've been having a little bit of issues with the ignition switch. So you're gonna turn the gas on first. It's self-explanatory. It tells you what to do on the grill, and then what you should have to do is just press the igniter. And it should start.
That's what it used to do.
Okay, but his ignition switch is actually broken.
Well, how do I get that fixed? Just incidentally, while we were talking about
That's a whole other video.
Okay.
Now, you're not going to really want to do this at home unless you really, really have to. Probably a smarter idea would be to get the gas going and drop a match in there. We don't have any matches, so we're going to use a lighter.
I'm going to back up.
You're going to step back a little bit.
Step back. Whoa!
There you go. So, like I said, not something you want to do at home every time. But it'll get your grill going. A little bit scary. I don't know if anybody that I know of has ever died doing that. Then you can turn the rest of your burners on. Now, what I always do is I turn the burners on full blast and then just shut the grill for a few minutes because it gets the heat going faster. I want my heat going fast. I don't want to wait around. Most of us are busy, and we don't have time to be sitting around.
What temperature should it get to?
It'll get up to like 400, and then you can when you open it up. You can turn the burners down because you don't want it to get so hot that just burns the meat as soon as you put it on there. But we're grilling, we're not barbecuing. So when you grill something, you're going to cook it at a higher heat. Barbecue is done out of a very low heat for a long period of time. That's not what we're doing. We're grilling, completely different. They're both done on a grill, but it's a completely different method of cooking. So this is going to take a few minutes to heat up. But while it's heating, let me explain something to you guys. The cut of your meat greatly determines how long you're going to actually keep the meat on the grill. So, something like a filet mignon that's thicker or a ribeye that may be a little bit thinner is obviously going to cook at a completely different rate. How much fat it has is going to cook at a different rate. And how you want your steak prepared also is a huge factor. So, I like my steak really bloody rare. Darielle also does too. I've been kind of cooking him a little more than normal because Aaron doesn't like his steak rare. He likes his more medium. So, we're probably going to go somewhere in between, medium rare to medium. So, you'll notice, these New York strips are not real thick. Okay? Now, if you want, you can just Google online duration for grilling this stuff because there's the different thicknesses in the meat. They'll give you a time frame, how long you really should. For these, they're not too thick. That's probably not more than a half an inch. We'll probably do about 4 minutes on a side, flip it over, and then a little bit longer on the, or excuse me, not quite as long on the other side. We don't want to cook too thorough. We want it pink in the middle. To be honest with you, I don't time what I do. I've been grilling for so long. I know from just waiting around. But if you wanted to break it down into times, the thickness of the meat is a huge factor, and it's something that is also personal preference on how well you want it cooked. Okay, so we got the grill heated up. It's over 400 degrees now. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to explain something that we're not going to do, but it's something beneficial for you guys if you do have this kind of grill. Aaron's grill, my grill actually doesn't have this, but now that I'm here, I've been using it. I'm going to want this for myself. Has a searer on one side. Okay, so if you guys don't have a searing burner on your grill, a searing burner gets way hotter than the regular burner.
What's the point of searing a steak?
Okay, so when you sear the meat, you're not cooking it. You're basically, in essence, you're just really heating up one side of the meat to form a crust. And then you're flipping it over and you're searing it and you're forming that other crust on the other side. And what it does is it locks the juices into the meat. And it makes for a very juicy piece of steak. It's pretty cool because most restaurants that are fancy will actually sear their meat like that. And they'll just throw it in and cook it however they're going to cook it. I've been messing with it a little bit here. A lot of grills don't have a searing burner. They just have the regular burner. So I'm going to show you how to do it with the regular burner. Like I said, we have the grill heated up. I'm actually going to turn this heat down a little bit now because it's full blast. Turn it down just a little bit to like 3/4. We're going to get our steaks on. Now, you got to play around with your grill. Find out where the hot spots are. Because especially if you've used your grill for a while, you'll notice that even though the burners are equal, there's going to be spots in the grill that are hotter than others. On Aaron's grill, right here is the hottest part of the grill. So what we do is, when we flip the steaks over, we're actually going to rotate them. Otherwise, these steaks are going to get cooked a lot more than these. We don't want that. We want everything to be even. We don't want to burn anything. We want a nice, good. So make sure when you're grilling, you find out where your hot spots on your grill are. Now we're going to shut this down. Leave it for about 4 minutes. All right, it's been about 4 minutes. I'm going to flip these bad boys over. You're supposed to use tongs when you flip the steak. They always tell you not to use the fork and stab it in there. I use the fork all the time, but we got the tongs, we're going to use them. So like I said, we're not just going to flip them over like this. This side's a little hotter. We're actually going to move them. So I'm going to put these guys back there. These guys over here.
So every grill has a hotter spot than the other.
Yeah, most of them do. You'll feel around for where the hotter spots are. All right, flipped it. Now, we're only going to do a couple minutes on this side because we want them to be a little more rare. They're pretty thoroughly cooked through from that one side now. So we're just going to heat it up a little on the other side, get some nice grill marks going on there, and then it'll be done. Pretty easy to cook a good steak on the grill. It doesn't take a lot of time. And personally, I always think that grilling is the best way to cook food. It tastes the best. If you have a charcoal grill, then you get a really good flavor. This is in a gas grill. Most people are going to have gas grills, but still the way to go.
Charcoal grill will take a lot longer, right?
It does take longer. The preparation and everything else goes in, but charcoal gives a very unique flavor. It's definitely a tasty way to cook, but you're still going to get a great steak, definitely, with the gas grill.
Well, I gotta give you credit. I have been enjoying the steaks. That's why we're even doing this video. If I thought you were shitty, I wouldn't even have you doing it. So
we've been doing all kinds. We've done some flank steaks, skirt steak, some New York strips. I gave you some ribeye. You didn't think you were gonna like the ribeye the other night, but
no, you did. I love the ribeye. It turns out I love the chewy fat, or it wasn't chewy fat. I love the flavorful fat.
The flavorful fat, yes. Yeah. Fat equals flavor. It's the off season. We want to eat our food. We gotta enjoy our food.
So you were actually we're done. They're done.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna leave yours on a little bit longer because you want yours medium. This is some zucchini. Dario wants some zucchini. It's really easy to cook vegetables in the grill. You keep them in some foil, a little olive oil. They'll kind of steam themselves in there. Also, you can take them out, and I don't know if she wants this, but if you take the vegetables out, you can throw them right on the grill. It's only like a minute, and then it'll give you nice grill marks on the side. It's really easy. I like to grill asparagus, and you get some nice little crunchiness. They don't need that much time on there. It's very fast.
Something that PJ taught me that I didn't know is that you have to leave the steaks like this for a little bit. He says that it'll move the flavor. The flavor will leak into them more for some reason. I don't know if this is just a PJ Braun myth or if this is reality, but we have to leave them there for at least a few minutes. And Rusty usually looks on very hungrily at the steaks because I usually give him a little bit of the fat. All right, PJ's work is done here, and I'm going to do my part, which is the eating part, and I'll let you guys know how PJ did. See, the steak is, I don't like mine rare. PJ will do his all the way rare. I like mine a little more well done. It's a little, because it's so thin, it's pretty well done. It'll be good, I'm sure. The grill master strikes again. Good job, PJ Braun.